Good morning, everybody. We have made it to Sunday. We have made it to Sunday, guys. Today, December the 2nd, 2018, and we are here, second day of December. And how are things looking? Well, things aren't looking too terrible. Hope you guys are doing well, broadcasting live to the entire world right now, regardless of who wants to watch. So, guys, yesterday was a pretty interesting day. Thanks for everybody's patience yesterday. Took my kids down to the Christmas and insert the name of my small town here, where they had some pretty cool stuff. They did the annual lighting of the tree, decorating of the tree, arts and crafts at the local library. We did sleigh rides. My kids made a lot of crafts. We went through and window shopped and crashed all the little shops that were giving out free cookies and hot cocoa. That was awesome. It was a good time. It was a good time. And then came home and watched Ghost Stories. Now, I don't normally talk about this because I don't watch a lot of TV. But there is a really, really good show on Netflix right now. I was able to catch the first episode last night, and I have to restrain myself because, as all people, it's easy to binge. But it's called 1983, and it's kind of a play off Orwell's 1984. Fantastic first episode, guys. It's got everything you want in a movie. Crime drama, whodunit, wheels within wheels, government conspiracies, Satoshi Nakamoto. No, I'm just kidding. But it's really good, guys. Go check that out if you want something good to watch. All right, how are we doing this morning? Clipster Plexterfield, hey, man. What's going on from Belgium? Good to see you here this morning. Scott Mastache, how we doing this morning, man? Light Yagami, how are we? Moritz Unzeld, guten Nacht. Von Deutschland. How we doing, man? Tim A, hello, man. Coin Hustle, what's going on with you? Christian Debick, what's going on from Croatia, man? Brandon Murray. Man, we're starting off early. This is exchange manipulation, guys. Right on. He says, don't sell your 1 million Satoshis for 4,000 USD. I agree with you, man. Ooh la la, Stacking Stoner. What's going on with you, man? All right, let's get into this. Let's get into this. Let's start off with some interesting news, guys. Here's what we got. Fun strats. Tom Lee, bear markets are a golden time to be in crypto, guys. Again, all the news curated by Mr. Scott in our News Pulse channel in the Discord. So if you guys want what you think is the most relevant news every day, just go check out that channel in the Discord. He posts news every morning. All right, so this is Tom Lee, co-founder of Fundstrat Global Advisors. He's a Wall Street crypto bull. He said that the bear markets are the golden time to be in cryptocurrency. And he posits three main reasons behind the recent market collapse. Number one, the Bitcoin Cash hard fork, reducing trust in Bitcoin's network. Two, regulatory actions of the SEC forcing ICOs to return funds to investors. And this is something that I've been talking about for a while, guys. So let me clarify what I've been saying for a long time again. So the SEC does not like to drag things into open court when they can avoid it. The reason why is because they can lose in open court. The SEC is just a regulatory agency. It is a branch of the it is an institution of the executive branch. It's not legislative. It's not judicial. It does not make law. It can only interpret law in its executive status. It can be overruled by the courts. And as we're going to see here in a little bit, we're going to go through a news brief where they did get overruled by the courts by coming down on Blockfest. So the SEC prefers to, A, protect retail investors, which they do try to do. And they try to do things like the mafia. Behind closed doors, they like to do negotiations that don't affect the public retail price, because if the SEC drags a company into open court, that's going to negatively affect the price, i.e. negatively affect the investments of retail individuals. So what I've been saying this whole year is that the SEC has been in private talks with a lot of these big ICOs, and they're paying fines, and they're registering with the SEC, and they're going through rescission, which is the process of reporting and mandatory updating and all this stuff. It's a pain in the ass, but a lot of these ICOs did not go through legitimate funding channels, as I've talked about previously in the show. Also, legitimate funding channels due to the 2012 Jobs Act in the United States. So this is an avenue for individuals to actually gain funds from retail investors, either with the tier CF, which is the regulation crowdfunding, which allows individuals to donate up to $2,200 if they're a retail investor, higher if they're willing to go through additional levels of reporting and disclosure for an investor. And then there's tier A, regulation A+, which allows an ICO to raise up to $20 million or $50 million in a 12-month period, depending on what level of disclosure and reporting that they desire to do. So these are legitimate avenues for ICOs to get funded through in the United States anyways. As we talked about yesterday, Thailand taking a little bit more of a hard-nosed approach to ICO funding and STO funding, which is kind of the hot topics. You know, I remember everybody saying that STOs are going to be the new way that things come out, and we're seeing them get regulated now. So again, the way that things are going to play out, guys, is over the next couple years, all these ICOs are going to pay up or they're going to go bankrupt. And I think a lot of them are going to go bankrupt in the process of paying up. And we're going to see the great, as Mr. Anthony Pompliano, I went over his tweet yesterday, said, let the great purge of the bear market of 2018 begin. And it's happening. It's been happening all year long, especially the ICOs that raised Ethereum and are still sitting on it and are going to have to come to negotiations now with Ethereum at a depressed price. They're going to have to pay back their investors selling into USD at the depressed price of ETH. Be terrible, and a lot of them are going to go bankrupt. And yeah, if we go over EOS, there's a lot of stuff on Twitter about EOS, about how they raised all this money to fund this project that they didn't need all this funding for, and how Dan Larimer is probably about to exit scam on EOS, as he did with BitShares, as he did with Steemit, as he's probably going to do now with EOS. So I don't really have a strong opinion on that, just to say that, you know, a lot of these ICOs don't need billions and billions of dollars to raise. And the reason why is because you don't give them an incentive to actually produce money. When you have a startup, like take Microsoft, for example, you know, they started in a garage. And they had a strong incentive to work very hard to produce a quality project, because if they didn't produce a quality project, they would not get money. When an ICO simply says, hey, we've got this great idea, here's the white paper, and then individuals give them millions and millions of dollars, which is what we saw in 2017, 2018, then these companies, what is their incentive to work harder to produce a quality project? They already have the money. So they can just sit and chill for a long, long time and not really have to worry about the anxiety of having to bring a project or a product to marketplace to satisfy their investors. It's not a sustainable investment, because we're dealing with systems of incentive. You have to give a company, a startup, the incentive to produce better. That's why venture capitalists are very stingy. They will step in for a proper project, but then they want to come in and they want to manage how the money is divvied out. They want to keep these startups and these developers on their toes. So, yeah. So this is what's been happening over the last year. The SEC has been forcing ICOs to return funds to investors or to pay fines. And this is why we've been seeing these depressed prices, especially in Ethereum. He quotes his third reason as the, quote, terrible conditions of the global markets, which have dropped approximately 10% in October and November worldwide. However, the investor refused to change his positive outlook on cryptocurrencies. Describing the ongoing situation, he says, and I quote, we have a price correction taking place, which has caused the price to fall even below its 200-day, he means the 200-day moving average, a popular technical indicator used by investors to analyze price trends. But if you've got time, it will arise. It will not happen within 3 months or 1 year, but in 2 or 3 years, and this is the golden time to be in crypto. As soon as Bitcoin crosses its 200-day moving average again, we know there will be a flood of money coming in. And if you go back and look at how the last bear market ended, bam. Talking exclusively to blah, 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 Lee continued his encouraging outlook for the crypto market's future by saying, quote, the only time the return is better than 7% is when you buy at a bear market. Bitcoin may have downsides in the near term, but this does not change the fact that we are still in the earliest days of crypto and it's about to become an emerging asset class. Well, I think 7% ROI on the best performing asset class of the last decade is a little conservative, to say the least. I mean, we made 7% on Bitcoin yesterday. So, he says crypto only has 50 million active wallets against the 2.27 million PayPal accounts and the 4.6 billion Visa/MasterCard accounts. Comparing BTC to other payment systems in terms of social network value, Lee said that in 10 years, Bitcoin could be worth $10 million per coin. I just love hearing those different outlooks on the price of Bitcoin. They're fairly useless because some people say 100,000, 250,000, a million, 10 million, 100 bajillion dollars. It doesn't matter, guys. Those things are just they're just dressing. They're just flair, guys. So our next article is going to be the New York Stock Exchange chair says survival of digital currencies is unequivocal. So this is Jeffrey Sprecher, the CEO of ICE, the Intercontinental Exchange, said to the question at what was this? Was this Consensus? Yeah, this was the Consensus event, an Invest event in New York recently. Sprecher said to the question, will digital assets survive this bear market? He said, quote, the unequivocal answer is yes. He said, quote, backed futures contracts will help BTC traders establish a trusted price. Bitcoin now trades at different prices on different exchanges, many of which are unregulated. So, obviously, him taking this is the CEO of ICE and the chair of the New York Stock Exchange. So obviously, since backed futures is being backed by ICE and being pushed out by ICE, of course he is going to be talking up backed and the effect that it's going to have on the cryptocurrency markets. But I've been saying this too as well, because backed is actually physically delivered Bitcoin as opposed to cash settled futures, which is what we have on the CME and CBOE contracts. So this will actually have a significant effect because it will actually affect the blockchain, and there will be Bitcoin transferring back and forth, meaning that even though they're trading future swap contracts, they're going to be having an actual hand in direct exposure to the market. Let's see here. He goes on to say, this is a little bit just a summary of what ICE and the New York Stock Exchange have done. The New York Stock Exchange and its parent firm, the Intercontinental Exchange, demonstrated a proactive approach to the cryptocurrency space. In January, ICE partnered with blockchain tech company Blockstream, Bitcoin on satellites, guys, to bring, quote, disciplined Bitcoin price information to major Wall Street investors. ICE then planned to pull data from 15 major exchanges and deliver it to big financial names, including hedge funds and professional trading firms. Later in May, ICE announced plans to offer traders contracts that eventually result in customers owning BTC. So this is backed. ICE reportedly, quote, has had conversations with other financial institutions about setting up a new operation through which banks can buy a contract known as a swap that will end with the customer owning Bitcoin the next day with the backing and security of the exchange. So interesting, cool stuff there, guys. Moving on. Market value of blockchain in retail to soar 29-fold by 2023, a report says. The magical ring of cryptocurrency. So the market value of blockchain in global retail is forecast to see a 29-fold increase in value over the next 5 years, according to an analysis of factors behind the growth published on PR Web November 28th. The analysis on emerging blockchain applications driving the predicted increase from 80 million today to over 2.3 billion by 2023 was conducted by fintech executive Monica Eaton Cardone. Cardone, guys, I like those glasses. All right, so let's see here. She's a co-founder and CIO of Global Risk Technologies. In her analysis, she takes a detailed look at applications that are likely to accelerate business adoption of blockchain and other forms of DLT across the retail sector. And she looks at 5 major retail applications: supply chain management, inventory management, authenticity verification, auto renewal, and subscription services, and customer data and loyalty programs. So that's bad grammar. And then and. You use and once to end. Anyways, moving on. Maybe semicolons. For supply chain management, for example, her analysis cites a major Walmart and IBM partnership on a blockchain food traceability initiative, which can be used to identify the origin of produce within just 2.2 seconds, as opposed to over a week using legacy systems. So for those of you who say that blockchain is only useful for price, wrong. All right, cool. Moving on. This is what I was talking about earlier, with a U.S. court dismissing the SEC's claims that Blockvest sold unregistered securities. Now, we will leave out the fact that this was a highly liberal and South California court. However, U.S. court has dismissed claims from regulator SEC against decentralized blockchain-based asset exchange Blockvest. So a little bit of TLDR on this. Blockvest had opened up a private ICO and so the SEC stepped in and tried to say that they released unregistered securities, and a U.S. court ruled that no, they didn't. The company Blockvest had come out and said, like, whoa, listen, guys, like we didn't really do an ICO. Like, these were just people that were friends of the company, and they were cool with participating just to see if the exchange was going to work, decentralized exchange type thing. And so the court said, oh, okay, well, the plaintiff, the SEC, has not demonstrated that the BLV tokens purchased by the 32 test investors were, quote, securities as defined under the securities law. So, concluding, Judge Gonzalo Picuriel denied the SEC's request for an injunction against Blockvest, among several other claims. So, pretty interesting that we're actually seeing a court come out and rule against them. However, we will leave out the fact that this is a highly liberal and South California court. Moving on. Tron announces $100 million blockchain gaming fund. All right. So just cool. I'm not even going to read this because it's so short, but just, yeah, Tron announces a $100 million blockchain gaming fund. So good for us Twitch streamers out there. And now this, everybody's talking about this. Satoshi Nakamoto is back. The proof is in, guys. Illuminati exposed. Illuminati confirmed. Newer and a new friend, Satoshi Nakamoto's P2P profile makes new post, befriends user. So, an account once associated with Bitcoin creator Satoshi Nakamoto on the nonprofit global network P2P Foundation posted a one-word status update yesterday, November 29th. So this is a little bit of old news, my bad. While the account is tied to Nakamoto's old email address, satoshin@gmx.com, the same address that reportedly uploaded one of the early Bitcoin papers to PTP back in 2009, the same email was allegedly hacked in November 2014, 4 years after Nakamoto's withdrawal from traceable online activity in late 2010. So, the meaning of yesterday's update, which simply reads newer in quotation marks, is not easily deciphered. The top result on Google search leads to urbandictionary.com, which defines newer as the most loving, affectionate, and caring person you'll ever meet. Extremely smart, funny, and sensitive. A bit lost, still figuring out what she wants in life and how to reach it. Stubborn and not willing to take other people's advice. When she smiles, she makes you forget all the problems you have. Her hug will give you an assurance that you have never felt and will never do. And will never do. I don't know about that. So this sounds like the nightmare scenario of every female that everybody gets wanderlust over, gets the googly eyes for, and then their life ends up terrible. Moving on. So another possibility is that Nur is a transliteration of Arabic this thing for light, also used to mean light or fire in ancient Hebrew. And this guy really goes on to get it, man. The latter is used in the Haggadah, the text used to set the order of the ritual for the Jewish festival of Passover. So what they did was, alongside the cryptic 4 letters, the account also befriended a user named Wagner Tamanaha, whose profile indicates he is based in Sao Paulo, Brazil. He has acknowledged the befriending today in Portuguese. I'm not going to try to translate that, but he says, looks like Satoshi's reappeared and I'm being investigated. So, yeah, guys. So we all know that Satoshi disappeared in late 2010. There's no online trace that can track him that we are aware of that is available to public knowledge. I'm sure that some people know who he is or who they are. But that is not public information. And I don't ever want it to be public information, guys, because I think that it's one of the greatest mysteries of all time. And you know what's the fascinating thing about a mystery is not knowing. And once we know, it'll just be like, oh, okay, it's not even cool anymore. Like, we knew it. It's fascinating and exciting now because we don't know. And I would like it to remain that way because it gives us the sense of wonder and imagination and excitement that we have lost worldwide, honestly. All right. Last little bit of news nugget here. I'm not even gonna read into this, but I'm just gonna post the link actually in the chat so you guys can go check this out if you want. This is Bitcoin Opinion: Why context is important when talking about the crypto bubble. And he goes on to describe, the .com bubble was 6.7 trillion. Crypto is only 125 billion right now, so we're not even close. He goes on to talk about a lot of things: key players, China, usability, technology developments and user adoption. And he finishes with, there's clearly much work left to be done. What's the best thing to do now? Well, I don't know about you, but I'm surely going to take advantage of these continuous Black Friday Bitcoin prices and increase my holdings. At the end of the day, Bitcoin's still one of the most, if not the most, best performing assets since its inception close to 10 years ago. So never forget, guys. Never forget. December 17th, 2017. Moving on. All right. So let's check the chat, guys. Let's check the chat, and then we'll get into some beautiful technical analysis. There you go. You got that right. Gabriel Machado. Thank you, sir. Max X says, waiting out the dip in BSV. Hey, Justin. How you doing, Max? Pay this man his money, right? Hey, man. Cool. Jim Pugh. Hi, keep talking. I'm ironing work clothes for Monday, hoping one day to retire crypto rich. Jim Pugh. Hey, man. Thanks for watching us on Twitch, brother. Steam it is almost steamless. Yeah, we talked about this yesterday, how they've actually had to let a whole lot of people go, man. Larimer's projects seem overly complicated. Yeah, they do. No idea what will happen with EOS. We, the remaining mutants of the crypto wasteland. 1% adoption of BTC means $1 million per 1 million Satoshi easily. I'm inclined to agree with you. No need mining ASICs. Even 10 million active smartphone users can run all BTC networks easily. That's an interesting theory. I've never thought about that. You would have to extensively decentralize the mining process. I don't think that's going to happen because I actually think that mining farms are probably a little bit more secure. But I mean, that's some V for Vendetta stuff right there. No mining farms, everybody just mining a little bit on their cell phone. That would be interesting, man. I'd like to see that. Maybe that's the future. Who knows? I don't think the computing power would be able to, but you know, phones get better and better, you know, technological advancement. Light Yagami. Justin, what do you think of CSW's Tulip Trust? I forgot how many, but CSW got a boatload of BTC in 2020. Yeah, that is... who knows, man? So who knows if Craig Wright actually has the rights or funds to that? I mean, he said that he had access to Satoshi's wallet back in, you know, earlier, and that's kind of basically what he's talking about, that he has access to Nakamoto's wallet and that he can move funds around, but something that he can't access it until 2020, so... who knows, man? I don't got my tinfoil hat on today, but it could be. It could be. BSV currently in preparation to flip BTC. We'll see what they can do, man. And XLM will flip all three. Caribbean Crypto Show, what's going on, man? Noor means God's light in Arabic. There you go. Maybe he meant to say Noor, but his phone's autocorrect fucked everything up. Oh, man. Joey V, how we doing, man? What do I think about Trace Mayer? I think he's one of the best. I think he's one of the best people in the space, man. Fantastic dude. Fantastic dude. I love his podcast, BitcoinKnowledge.tk. Usman Shokat says ADA Cardano. Well, we'll get to that, man. We'll get to that. Got to stick to the structure. But ADA BTC will be on the list. All right, guys. So let's start down with BTC USD. All right, so let's get right into it, guys. So what happened yesterday? Well, I drew this little box here yesterday. I was talking about this is an area that price would have to break through before I got a little excited. Price did not break through that area, guys. We had the 55 period moving average on the 30-minute chart. We had the momentum, broke up past that, came down, tested it, broke back through, and I said, this could be like good or bad. We're consolidating right around that level. So we've got our developing point of control below us, and we've still got that level of support down here at our current supply zone, or excuse me, our current demand zone at 39.62 to 39.40, give or take. All right, so that's about a $22 range. That congrues very well with our point of control on the 30-minute chart, which is about 39.70. So that's where we're looking for price to return to if we're not able to move up and then potentially lower. We got rejected from 2 areas of resistance, and now we seem to be getting rejection from our lower area of resistance. Not a positive, awesomely fantastic thing, guys. Super not great. Now, there's a lot of, I've seen a lot of patterns, and I'll get into this when I zoom out to the but I've seen a lot of posts about inverted head and shoulders. We potentially see one like here. So if you say this, let's get out my drawing tool. So like this, and then this, okay? Potential inverted head and shoulders right there. And then there's actually a really massive head and shoulders, which is this, and this. All right, so this, and this. All right, they're saying that is the potential inverted head and shoulders. Now, the thing about an inverted head and shoulders or a head and shoulders, we actually had a couple head and shoulders patterns play out here recently, and we caught those shorts. But the thing with an inverted head and shoulders is that you don't know, neither do you know a head and shoulders until it plays out. So you have to wait for the neckline to be broken, and then you can look at a measured movement upwards. But I always look for confirmation of that. So let's go to the daily chart and just start out here with Mr. Daily. Actually, you know what? Let's do things a little bit differently here and check in with our... let's just check in with our weekly chart. Check in with the weekly chart. Now, this is another thing too. We're potentially seeing a tweezer bottom right here. So I think that in the long term, let's check and see where that weekly 200 SMA is at right now. Oh, that's a smooth, just a MA, please. There we go. All right, so there we go. So we've been looking at this for a while, guys. So here's our logarithmic chart, and I drew this for a while. So we've got rising volume signifying an uptrend, declining volume signifying a retracement, not a trend reversal, and a volume spike indicating trend reversal that we're getting right here, right now. So price did respect that ascending logarithmic trend line. That's the logarithmic trend line from 2015, which did reverse the last bear market, as we can see right here in my extension. And this is the logarithmic trend line from 2011. This was the bottom of the first bear market and the resistance of the last bull market. This is the last bull market right here where we got resistance from. So still trading in this widening channel. This right here is the peak of the last bull market, beginning of the last bear market. So that's a potential target to the downside. But the current targets that we had posited were the 200 weekly simple moving average and the logarithmic trend line from 2015. And we can see that price is respecting these areas. So we do have a tweezer bottom. So although we have a strong indecision candle this week, there is a strong potential here. There's a strong potential here for this tweezer bottom to play out and for this logarithmic trend line to be respected. Now, again, same thing with the inverted head and shoulders. We have to wait for these things to be perfected. But if the week closes like it's looking right now, which is with about 7 hours, about 6.5 hours until the week closes, then I'm gonna be kind of bullish, guys. I'm gonna be kind of bullish, honestly, moving forward. Now, again, we break this logarithmic trend line. We'll see if we actually get something like a stop loss hunt down to these lower levels. But typically, when we see something like a tweezer bottom or a tweezer top, so here's an example of a tweezer top. Now, generally, I like them to look more like this. So this is where the bull market actually ended back in December. So here we have a little bit of a tweezer top pattern, and price moves down. Here we have a little bit of a tweezer bottom pattern and price moves up. Here we have a little bit of a tweezer top pattern, price moves down. So anytime we see something like a tweezer bottom or tweezer top, what that's indicating to us is that there's lots of buy or sell order there. Alex Bitcoin, no sir, you can go away. No spam in the channel, please. When we're seeing something like this, it's indicating that with a tweezer bottom, it's indicating that there's a lot of buying potential right here, a lot of buying pressure. And the reason that it's important is the candle and then the weekly basis too is a fairly strong indication that there is very, very, very strong support there. Now, that doesn't mean that support, that those bulls can't just be smashed over the heads and their horns broken, but we'll see. We'll see how this plays out. So let's go down to the daily chart. We'll switch out of logarithmic. We'll go back in the linear. And we will look at our stuffs. And we'll get rid of that 200-day moving average. Let's leave it on. Why not? Let's leave it on. Why not? So, on the daily chart, what do we got? The daily chart right here. Well, we've got a little bit of a red day with a potential tweezer top on the daily, meaning a little bit of more downside potential over the next few days. But that's all right. We're establishing this range. So, on the daily, you can kind of see a little bit the inverted head and shoulders pattern. So with this being our left shoulder, this being our head, and this being our right shoulder. And that gives us our neckline like right here at this area, guys, that I've been talking about for a while. If we look at this area right here, this is the resistance. You can see it clearly on the lower time frame. So let's go down to like the 4-hour chart. You guys can see it a little bit better, hopefully. Okay. So right here, that's our point of control right here, and that's also the very, very, very strong supply area right here. So getting above that would also be a break above right here, our 4-hour 200 simple moving average. Our point of control, that'd be a strong break above our 55 period moving average on our 4-hour chart. That would be a break of a whole bunch of resistance. But the more critical area, if we get above that, I mean, there's nothing stopping us from going back to the logarithmic trend line, and probably those $5,900, $6,000 where we're going to see a little bit of our next resistance. But before then, the more important level to me is really 4,600, 4,611. Because as we see, once we get above that, we're breaking above our previous supply zone. And there's no volume in between here and there, guys. There's a few little baby bitch pockets of resistance. But really, if we're able to get above, like I said, about 4,600, and we're able to close fairly strongly above there, I'm going to feel pretty confident about the swing trade up to the previous resistance level. We've got that 200 weekly, or excuse me, that 200 period moving average creeping down on us, which is good. But that'll be a recap of the 4-hour momentum, the 55 momentum, which we have not had since the initial downturn at 6,000, 5,900. So that would be fairly significant to recapture the 4-hour momentum. Again, 4-hour chart, very important for cryptocurrencies and swing trading in general. But especially, I mean, the 4-hour chart is just lavished over in cryptocurrency. So again, part of technical analysis is self-fulfilling prophecy. So we'll see here. But yeah, I'll be fairly confident in that swing trade, that break above that $4,600 resistance. Now, we've got resistance on the way there, as you can see. We have not been able to get over 44.48, about 44.50, let's say. I think that's a pretty strong area of resistance because that's our previous supply zone right here. We have a supply distribution area right here and a supply distribution area right here, and that's how I've drawn my resistances. If we zoom in, point of control is also going to show us that those are levels as well. We can see that the point of control changes and moves around to those areas. So a lot of volume being transacted at those levels, a lot of position sellers looking to aggressively defend their position, or a lot of shorts that have a vested interest in holding onto their short, and so we'll add capital to their position. All right, so let's go down to, let's get out of this. Okay. So our current demand area right now was down here at about 39.62, 39.40. So, you know, potentially looking for a retest to that. We can see that our current point of control is giving us resistance with the 55 period moving average at 41.72, give or take a few dollars. So that's where we're looking to get above right now. It's actually, I'm bearish in the short term right now. I'm looking for probably a retest of the support area, potentially even lower, guys. But the weekly candle does look fairly bullish, guys. So looking for a Harami, looking for something like that to see that the bears are actually going to take the reins here. I think the bears are going to have a little bit of play here in the short term. Again, I'm in a short position. And then but just again, short-term trader, guys. And then we'll look to see, guys. I'll be confident if we're able to hold this lower area, maybe taking a swing trade upwards, but probably not again. Like I'm not going to invalidate my prior self. I said before, and I'm going to stick to it, guys. I'm not taking a swing trade. Let me clarify that. I'm not going to take a swing trade until we break this supply zone. And then I'll take a swing trade pretty much from 4,500 up to 5,500 with minor stops in between to take profits and maybe to double up my position on dips. I'm going to be very confident in that position. Strong break, however, of 36.77. We're going to be shorting down to 3,500, 3,200, 2,900 in that particular order. So yeah, guys, let's see. Let's go to the 30-minute chart. Obviously, I've removed my lines because, oh shit, I probably didn't. They're probably all over here. Yeah. I gotta stop doing that, guys. Well, I mean, to their credit, I already posted that up to the members earlier, so maybe they shouldn't be too bad. But if they hate that I do it, then I'll stop. All right, so 30-minute chart, where's the trade that I see? Well, we've broken the daily point of control, got rejection from that 55 period moving average and that 200 period moving average right there. Let's see, where do we got some support down below us? Well, we've got a pretty much a low volume node area down to, again, that 30-minute point of control at 39.69, which congrues, as I said earlier, with the previous demand area and that strong level of support. So, looking for a retest of those areas, and then we've got this area that we got to get over here. Now, that's a big pocket. I'm going to go ahead and delete that because that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. So, current short-term rejection right here from 42.69, 42.70. But again, guys, we have not been able to make it above this resistance area right here, which is 44.48. And that's an LVN, a little bit of a pocket that'll take us to 45.75, 46.11. So, couple good trades there. Looking for a gap trade from here to here. So, like I said, 44.35 to about 45.94, give or take. But again, in the short term, I'm looking to take dives and short them down to the point of control here. So that's the daily strategy right now, guys. Heck yeah! If we go take a look over at CoinFarm. Look at that. Look at that. Baby bears moving the market, guys. People do listen to me. Just in the last 3 minutes, we had about 3 million shorts open up. If we look at position trades, we've got about 1.641 million. The last 30 minutes, the most longs at 40.88 and the most shorts at 40.86. Current price at 40.86. So, oh, and moving down. So, actually, excuse me. Those position shorts were at 40.87. Let's go take a look at trade positions, and we can see big time traders. So larger positions, about 50-50 right now. We've got about 1 million at 4,177 position longs, and the majority at 4,128. So this is the last 12 hours, excuse me. This is the last 12 hours. If we look at all positions, if we look at open positions, this is going to include the smaller retail positions. We can see that we're overwhelmingly short, 65% short, 35% long, guys. So, again, so based on this, we might be seeing a little bit of a bounce in the very short term right here. Look at that right there. Congratulations to the guys. So it's too late to delete this because it's already up there, guys. It's already too late to delete that, so I apologize for that. But yeah, so we actually might see a little bit of a bounce here. This might potentially be a stop loss hunt based on the retail traders that are just overwhelmingly short. But again, we take a look at the larger traders, and we can see that they're about 50-50. So that's actually not too bad. Let's take a look at, just for fun, let's look at open positions Ethereum. About 50-50 on ETH. Got a lot of position longs at 101, a lot of position shorts at 118. Let's go see what the price of Ethereum USD contract is right here. Man, just been sideways for a long time, dude. ATR extremely low. We're going to have to get a movement out of this one way or the other, guys. Gonna have to get a movement out of this one way or the other. And trading below yesterday's daily close, so I would be inclined to probably short this. Although interestingly enough, we did find support in an LVN, so that's pretty cool. But it was a previous supply zone and demand zone, so actually not too bad. So let's go take a look at Mr. Ethereum Bitcoin. And what did I say yesterday, guys? I said that I was tempted to long Ethereum, or to snag up some Ethereum and take it to these upper levels. So yesterday, when we were looking at this bad boy, price was actually moving down, and I was worried about the support level break, and support level didn't break, guys. So we've put in this very tight, contentious, man, look at ATR just absolutely plunging, guys. We're going to get a powerful movement out of here, guys, one way or the other. I mean, we're really rearing up for something. Let's look at longs and shorts. About 75% longs, guys. So longs still overwhelmingly drastic. We have more longs stepping in here, always buying the top as we see. Brandon Murray, I'll allow that. Yeah, guys. I mean, I'm tempted to long Ethereum right here, but I'll just wait and see. I prefer to take the breakout trade, although periods of low volatility are great to enter into. We have this breakout of the falling wedge, but I'm worried that it's a false breakout. We did come up to test the resistance area that I was worried about, but I'd really like us to close above this, and then I'll start taking trades and look at take profits right here. But maybe it's just the wrong time to look for. I mean, but God, man, look at that ATR, dude. Something's got to happen. Let's look at the daily chart. Yeah, there we go. Daily chart right here. We've got a little bit of something like a double bottom pattern playing out right here with Ethereum BTC. A little bit of a rise in ATR in the daily chart. So not telling us that we're going to see that huge, powerful daily movement, but 4-hour chart, pretty important. Let's see here. Let's take a look at Icanashi and let's look at the big picture for Mr. Ethereum Bitcoin. Yeah, so we got price basically going into a period of consolidation after a perfected 9 count to the downside. We've put in some decent support here and here, and we are again on the daily pattern outside of that wedge and currently coming back down to test it. So looking for maybe, but still, we're not even able to get above our 8-period moving average on the daily chart, just grinding us down and grinding us down. So we'll see as things get tight and tight here. We'll see which way this baby goes. Again, looking like it's probably going to pop, and I'm more inclined, again, to take this to the upside, but I'd rather wait for some confirmation, at least some of these EMAs to get broken. Potentially, I'd like us to get back to this 21-period moving average, which is going to correspond with my previous resistance level here at about 0.0298, give or take. And then I'll be more confident in a swing trade from here to here. But again, on the daily chart, none of these altcoins, guys, getting above that 55-period moving average on the daily, and that's my strong buy sign. That's my, hey, we're going to get some bullish momentum here in the short term. Until then, guys, it's just short scalp trades, man. It's just short scalp trades. All right. And looking at Ripple USDT, still holding the ascending wedge. We've got Heikinashi already on here with our TD sequential. So we're holding that ascending, or excuse me, still holding that ascending trend line right here. We're testing it. We're testing that baby right now. We had a little bit of pump up back to our 21 period moving average. Kind of got a wick, almost touched our 55 period moving average. And now we're back down below our fast EMAs. We'll see if this ascending trend line holds. If it does not, we're probably looking to go back down here to our support level around 31 cents, 32 cents. So about actually 32 to 33 cents, because that's like 31.9, 32.9, or 0.329, 0.319. All right, sorry about that. But yeah, if this trend line holds, then we're probably looking at a drive back up to our 55 moving average here. That's about a 4% trade. And then if we can get above our support level here, that will almost be confirmation of this inverted head and shoulders pattern, which I had charted out. If we get that rise up right here, already starting to look like it might be invalidated because price did not go right back up, but that's all right. We'll just see if it's a low, kind of we get those hunchback of Notre Dame, like lagging shoulder type inverted head and shoulders. But again, just potentially looking for that pattern to play out. And that will give us a measured move back to our descending trend line and a break of TDST resistance and back to our 0.618 Fibonacci extension. So back to about 45 cents. So. All right, so that's BTC. So hopefully, let me sum that up, guys, because I know that sometimes people are like, man, what the fuck did you just say? All right, BTC bearish in the short term, and we'll wait to see if we're bullish in the long term. Overall bullish in the long term, obviously. But I mean, like, do I think we're gonna break above here? I'll be taking a longer term swing trade if Bitcoin can get above 4,600. I will be taking a longer term short trade if Bitcoin breaks 3685, and I will be looking for right now price to probably go back to 39.72, 39.55, unless we're able to get above maybe 42.68, in which case I'll probably look to take potentially a trade to 43.55 and 44.41 respectively. Ethereum, Bitcoin, I'm still out of the woods on it. I'm going to wait to see how this plays out, but I'm tentatively bullish. XRP USDT is back in that same spot. Might be a good time to buy if you set a tight stop below the ascending trend line here, maybe below your swing low. So I'm tentatively bullish on this as well. And Bcash ABC, not sure right now. I'm inclined to be bullish on this. We've had a triple touch of support right here. So that's actually not an incredibly good thing, especially because we haven't been able to break above this recent low. But ATR just dropping off the face of the map on the 2-hour chart. Let's look at it on the 1-hour chart, absolutely dropping off the face of the map, and on the daily chart as well. So looking for somewhat of a movement here from Bcash ABC. We haven't looked at SV in a while. Let's see here. Let's go over here, right here. I gotta find where I have it charted out. Nope, not there. Do I have it here? No, maybe I got it over here. Son of a monkey. Oh, because I'm looking at its tether. I thought I had this bad boy chartered out, man. Struggle is real, guys. Well, if I had it charted out, I lost it. Motherfucker. All right. So taking a look at BCHSV. I don't know. It's kind of, this isn't really the movement that I want to see. Well, 50% retracement came back up to 382. So actually we were talking about that yesterday. So that's actually not too terribly bad. Let's look at, so this is actually not helpful because this is tracking ABC, not SV. So yeah, what did I say yesterday? That if we hold that 50% retracement, all right, good. If not, we're going to drop back down to our 618 or 786 because we've got a pocket of a low volume node here. Did hold that 50% retracement, came back up, now getting a lot of resistance from this distribution area, from this accumulation area right here on weak volume too. So that's kind of interesting. ATR extremely low on the 4-hour chart. So looking for a movement here, looking for a movement one way or the other. Is it going to be a breakdown or a break up? I don't know. I think I got my alerts set for BCHSV. Yeah, right here. Yep, I already got my alerts set for BCHSV. So that's annoying that... Did it on Poloniacs? Oh, well. Well, anyways. Let's see. All right, so let's look at the 30-minute chart on Mr. BCHSV. Okay. That's going to be baby bitch resistance. There we go. And that's going to be fairly significant resistance right there. Right there. And then we also got the baby bitch resistance here with the strong rejection. Right there. Boom. All right. I know, where did we got some support for this bad boy? Well, right here. Right there, but the warning zone here, guys, is right here. Be fair, we'll set it right here. Because we got a LV in there, and we've only got little baby bitch support. Got a little bit right there, a little bit right there, and a little bit right here. But other than that, it's pretty much a drop down to this area right here, right there. So I'm pretty confident in a zoom trade from here to here. Pretty confident in that trade from there to there. Well, again, I can't short BCHSV, otherwise I'd short it on a break of that level and short it down to there, but... I mean, listen, this gives you a fairly tight R to R, guys. So you can look to accumulate between like 0.022530, 0.022081. So 0.022 to 0.0225, okay? If price drops back down to that level, or you can take a break. I would be confident in taking this potential break trade right here. If we're able to get above this level right here. If we're able to get above this level right here, I don't see a whole lot of resistance except for maybe this little baby right here. We get that strong rejection volume cluster right there, and that might hold you back. So that's your potential trade right there, from there to there. Boom. So take the breakout of 0.025079, and you can target 0.27. What's that? It's about an 8% trade. You set your stop loss just right, a little bit below you. I mean, really, if you want to be fair, you would set your stop loss down here below the LVN. So about 0.023905. That way you don't get wicked out of the trade. But if you hit that, you take a little bit of profit here at 0.027, and then you look to maybe go up to here to 0.028. 0.028. You just wait, you move your stop loss up to your next area, and then you be targeting your next area, you target your next area, you move your stop loss up, move your stop loss up. And we'll see if we can get that SV flippening of Bitcoin. I don't think it's going to happen, guys, but we'll see here. All right, guys, so let's do some chat engagement and see what we got going on. Satoshi Nakamoto says, no one has access to my wallets. Well, good. Thank you for joining us, Mr. Nakamoto. Very big fan of your GitHub repo. And his hodler of last resort motto while he bought in at a nickel. Man, listen, I really like Trace Mayer, dude. He's got a good podcast, and yeah, he probably bought in at a nickel, man, but he saw the future, man. We all wish we did. Daria Souza says, hi, thanks for the show. Metal up, man. Your long-term thoughts on BTC? Very, very, very high price. Potential downside, you know, over the next few quarters. I think we're going to get some. I think 2019 is going to be a fantastic year for cryptocurrency, honestly, man. Yeah, only Scott spams in this channel, sir. Brandon Murray says, I'm holding Bitcoin and wish it goes at least 30,000 USD, so I will buy one BTC with my monthly income. Boo, boo, boo. Do I hold any alts? Nope, not at all. I'm checking whale wallets. They are mostly sold near top and bought these days. Yep, there's the richest Bitcoin wallet addresses, and he says backed wallet, all in caps. So what? Can you see the backed wallet on here now? Is it labeled? Excuse me. And you got the biggest wallet, the Bitfinex Cold Wallet. Wabi, Bitstamp, Bittrex. Oh, you know how to do this. Control F, BA, KKT. Nothing. So, do you know something we don't, sir? Do you know the Bitcoin backed public address? Because if you do, let us know. Because I'll be watching that to see the accumulation. That'd be fantastic, man. Yeah, we've got, there's actually an alerting service that I just signed up for, guys. Go check this out. I actually paid the money for this. Cryptocurrency alerting, because I wanted to get an SMS, because, so, you know, I paid the money for this, but hashtag not a shill. I just, like, it was like $3 a month. So I'm like, now the only thing that I really use this for that I found value in was the coin listing alert. Get notified when a new coin is listed on an exchange. So you can actually send an SMS. I have it webhooked into the Discord, guys. So I pay for this. So if you guys go and hit up the Discord, you can see that we've got this new bot set up to webhook. So it'll automatically post in there. But I also get a text message when any coin gets listed on any exchange. So that'll be the first. Will be the first to know. Now their price alert tool. I mean, I don't know. Like this, it's helpful. Like if you guys want to set specifics. Like I just like trading view alerts because when I look at trades, I'm like, okay, this is the coin I'm interested in. And I'm interested in these prices, but. You can set up a ton of alerts. Like I think for free you get like maybe like 3 or 10 alerts. Like I paid like $3 a month, so I get like 250 or something. I don't know. But you can get. I mean, you can customize this a lot of ways. Like you got your choices of a lot of different coins here. You can go when it goes above or below a certain price in dollars or Tether or whatever you want on whatever exchange you want. Alternatively, you can do percentage price alerts. So I have this set up like so when the big coins drop like 5% or more in an hour, I want to know. Because that's generally what I'm looking to buy. You can do Bitcoin mempool alerting. So this is pretty interesting if the Bitcoin network changes. So if we're going to see spamming like we saw back in January of 2018, you can set this for when the mempool goes above or below. This is also helpful like if you're looking to send like some transactions and you want to hit up the mempool when it's really low and get your fees in for low Satoshi per byte value. And then they've actually got the whale watch alerts. So you can actually put alerts in. You can put the address in here. So you can use this in conjunction with the Bitcoin rich list. You just pop this wallet address in here. Here, I'll do it right now. I'll set up one for the Discord hook right here. So here's the Bitfinex cold wallet. Or actually, I don't know if I can do this because I don't think I'm... Yeah, okay, cool. I am logged in. So send me, or let's do this, Discord. When the Bitcoin wallet address, boom, changes in value. Set alert. alert created. So boom. So whenever the Bitfinex cold wallet changes value, we're gonna know. Let's fucking set the Huobi wallet up. Boom. And let's also set up the Bittrex wallet. Invalid BTC address. Oh, what did I do? There we go. My bird. And Bitstamp, why not? Gosh darned it. All right. So yeah, guys. And then they got a pretty nice knowledge base here. A lot of terms, guys. You guys don't know your crypto terms, go check that out. But that's bookmark that for the streamer account so I can look at it from time to time. But yeah, that's cryptocurrencyalerting.com, guys. If you guys are interested in that, I'll pop that in the chat, man. Go check it out. And then what's the other one? What's that other website? I'm gonna have to look on my personal account. I went and signed up for this yesterday. Alex told me about it. Yeah, here it is. Settle. You guys go check this out if you want. Pretty cool, pretty good platform, from what I understand. I haven't messed around with it at all, but I did. I signed up for it, and I'll be playing around with it maybe. Oops, something went wrong. Try reloading the page. Okay. There we go. All right, there you guys go. There's that settle finance thing right there. All right, so back to the chat. So Joey V asks, do I think a buy and hold type bet 10-year minimum with Bitcoin would make me a happy man? Yes, I do. Can we look at XRP, the #2 cryptocurrency in the universe? Dun, 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 dun. Yeah, we already did. You want me to look at it some more? Can. Ricky Miles says, dump. Francesco Randid asks, can I analyze XRP price for 2019? Sure. Greg T says, I just joined. Bitcoin's next move down? Well, again, I'm looking... I'm looking for a potential retest of the point of control here on the 30-minute chart. And again, we've got this resistance at 42.69. So the weekly chart actually looks pretty good. We've got the potential to close with a tweezer bottom formation, which is looking more and more as we go on that that's what's going to happen for the weekly chart. But I think that we're going to move down a little bit in the short term. Oh, I never charted that out for you guys. I want to point that out to you guys. The inverted head and shoulders pattern that people are talking about. So let's take the bullish bias here, guys. So people are saying that, and I got this, Peter Brandt was the one that kind of brought this up. Let's make this kind of clean to look at. So Peter Brandt is saying the mystery market, left shoulder, head, right shoulder, question mark. Okay. Actually, this kind of looks like my physique. So that would give us a neckline of, depending on where it completes, because there's a couple different ways to look at this. You could say that that neckline will then be here. And in that case, you wouldn't have validation of the head and shoulders until this price reverses and comes up here to 4,500. Or you could say, you could be generous and say, well, no, the neckline is here. And I actually trade Head and Shoulders differently than most people. The way that most people do Head and Shoulders is they measure... What the fuck? Okay. The way that most people do Head and Shoulders is they think that it's like some religion where you measure from the neckline to the peak, so peak to trough. And I do this occasionally, but the way that I typically do these is I give myself multiples because it just gives me more targets to look for and more possibilities. So they'll measure from the neckline, so from peak to trough, and that will be their upside potential once the neckline gets broken. So that would be that one, and this would be this one. So that would give us potential upside targets of, so our short term, if we're taking the short term inverted Head and Shoulders, that would bring us right about up here, and that doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me. This one makes more sense because it would be a return to the previous supply zone, which is, as I said, break of 4,600 for me is a pretty strong swing trade to about 5,600. So if we get above 4,600 with a few bumps and bruises on the way, I'm expecting $1,000 swing movement. Because there's just no volume in between, guys. Now, it's a possibility for something else to play out, but that's the high probability trade setup that I would take. But the actual way that I like to do it is I actually measure from the top of the right shoulder down to the peak. So let's change the colors to distinguish them and me. I'll take the peak of the other shoulder down to the peak. So now I have multiple targets. So this would be this one, and this would be this one. All right. So again, I like this one. This one makes more sense to me because it puts us back up just like with this one with that supply zone area. Actually, they're about equal, aren't they? They're about equal. So it gives you a good opportunity to see the different possibilities for an inverted Head and Shoulders pattern playing out, but we won't know. And in this case, see, I didn't even need to have to do this because I can just see, where the supply and demand is, and it's not like I'm some goddamn wizard, dude. Like VPVR, volume profile, look where the volume is. The volume is right here, the volume is right here, and the volume is right here. All right. So getting above this area right here is a significant break in volume, and this is where the last vestiges are. And you can just see that in price action too, guys. Supply area. A lot of people sold here. A lot of people sold here. A lot of people sold here, here, and here. And if we're able to overcome those sellers, well, resistance turns into support, and we're looking to bounce higher. And what do we have in between here? Low volume node. No sellers here. No buyers here. Not significant. I mean, nothing to turn price around, guys. You know, high periods where there's a lot of volume, or periods where there's lots of volume, are sticky areas, or train tracks, or train stations, as I use the analogy. Whereas periods of low volume are train tracks, and price just likes to zoom, zoom, zoom. So that correlates very well with my long-term predictions, with the way that I'm looking at potential trade setups. Again, we could do that, but that just gives us secondary confirmation of what I've been having on my chart for quite a while now, which is break of 4,600, break of the previous supply zone. Is going to be a swing trade through this low volume node area with little bits of pockets of resistance at 48.79 and 5,000. What's that? What do I got? 50.69, 5,114, give or take. But yeah, don't got significant resistance again until about 5,600, guys. 5,500, 5,600. So we'll be looking for the bulls to take us up there, baby. But we'll just see. Potential that we move sideways here for a while before we get that break movement, but just wait and see. Bullish in the short term. Gonna wait for how this. I'm fairly confident that the weekly candle is going to close really strong here. That we're going to get this nice little tweezer bottom. Maybe move sideways for a few days, as we saw up here. Every time we move sideways before we get a strong movement down. So that's the strong potential. Is maybe a little bit of range bound trading, which I'd be perfectly happy with. I'd be perfectly happy to short resistance and long support all day long. All day long. XRP price for 2019. Okay, let's take a look at XRP price 2019. So daily chart, Heikinashi. Actually, it's 12:08, so we've been going for an hour and 8 minutes, guys. 8 minutes past my regularly scheduled break, guys. So we're going to take a quick 30-second to 60-second break while I get some water and refresh myself. And we'll be right back, and we'll look at XRP USDT price predictions for 2019, engage the chat, and we'll talk about how you how you can become a Bitcoin millionaire by 2023. Hashtag crackingcryptocurrency.com. All right, guys, we'll be right back. Hey guys, we're back. We are back, guys. All right, so actually, I wanted to take a look at Cardano for that request that I had earlier. You guys want to know why I'm a little bullish or a little bearish on BTC? Because I'm looking at the CME price, guys. Because I'm looking at the CME price. Excuse me. Let's go look at where do I have Cardano charted out? Where do I have Cardano charted out? ADA, BTC. On the daily? Nope, not there. One of these days I'll get organized, man. I should probably just delete all these other alt tabs that I have. Oh, that's frustrating. I had my Cardano chart. But they're not saving, man. So, fuck it. We'll just do it over here. Sometimes it's nice. That way you guys can get a view of how I'm thinking about stuff. Maybe I did USDT. Let's check. Thanks for the patience, guys. Suffering succotash. Fuck it, we'll do it over here. All right, so Cardano, Icanashi, and let's look at the big picture. So again, guys, I just want to clearly state that I'm not long-term bullish on any altcoin until we get a recapture of the daily momentum, which for me is a close on the daily chart above the 55-period exponential moving average, okay? We can see that this baby has just been grinding down all altcoins since we had that little summer pump. All right. And that little summer pump was only a run up to the 55 EMA on just about all of them. On all the rest of them, it was a fake break above the 55 EMA and then just crushing bear market since then with little reprieves for short-term trades. That's why I'm just short-term trading altcoins. I'm not holding any altcoins. I don't have faith in any altcoins until they show that I should have faith in them. I would rather pay the premium on a confirmed trend reversal than pay the price of speculating on an altcoin that statistically is just likely to go down further, because every time people are like, guys, they've never been this cheap. Well, guess what? They just get cheaper, because that's what stuff does in a long-term bear market, guys. And we're going to see which one of these really has weight, which one of these really has staying power when everything gets washed out, guys, when everything gets washed out. Joey V says, thanks, brother. I'm not a trader. Something that makes me very interested in crypto. You rock, man. Thanks for the support. Joey V, drink, brother. All right, cool. Thanks, man. All right, so Cardano. TD sequential. We did get a perfected 9 count to the downside, which generally means we're going to get a period of 1 to 4 daily candles of correction or consolidation, and then we reevaluate. So we've had that. Price put in a little bit of a tweezer bottom right here with 2 indecision candles, and then we move up. However, look at this. As I pointed out with the Cardano chart, this to me looks like breakdown volume, because it's strong volume breaking down below support. And then what we'd like to see is this indicate oversold volume, okay? But the bounce up has been kind of weak, all right? Dropping volume, but we did get this big spike in buying pressure. So if you would have waited for that candle to close and purchased there, you would have had a decent trade on your hands, because you would have been able to capture so far about 3% in profits on an altcoin, which I know, like people in cryptocurrency are so goddamn spoiled because they want 50x returns, man. When you got to realize, like, the reason that I've been able to trade the cryptocurrency market since 2016 is by taking 3% here, 4% there, 5% here. Ooh, I got 7% on this trade. Sweet, man. And I just do that day in and day out. And then there's days where I just don't trade. And that's how you're able to do this sustainably back to back and make a living off of this. It's just a lifestyle, man. It's just a different way of looking at the chart. So currently not even able to break above our 8-period exponential moving average on the daily chart. So that's our fastest EMA and our first area of resistance. So I can't even take a trade really until we close above that on a daily basis. Looking like we might have the potential to do so. The volume is below the moving average though. So I don't know. Don't feel significantly confident in that particular movement. Let's look and see here. Yeah, we've got TDST resistance confirming where the 55-period moving average is right here at about 6 cents. So that's a big jump. That's a big jump in price. That's about a 50% jump in price. So even though it's a 50% movement in price, that's a trade I would be potentially willing to take if we're able to close above the 21-period moving average. And then I'd be willing to take maybe that 28% trade, although I just don't necessarily see it at this point in time. Not a lot. If we look at VPVR here, number of rows style, let's extend that out about 30%. Let's get our developing point of control in this bad boy. Yeah, I like it. Okay, so current support right now is going to be at about 0.0388 cents. Okay, so if that's able to hold, then we can look for potential upside, guys. Your stop loss would really be down here below the daily close below 0.035 cents. Because that's where volume drops off. and below that is uncharted waters, guys. So when things continue to make new all-time lows, you expect them to continue to make new all-time lows, guys. And this just looks like a fake bounce on Cardano to me. Again, it's my bias as a trader to actually wait for trend reversal. When we're in a bear market, it doesn't make sense to me to start stocking up. Again, and maybe it's my fundamental approach to Bitcoin, because I'm okay with doing that with Bitcoin, but I'm not okay with doing that with altcoins. Why? Because I have actual fundamental analysis behind Bitcoin where I'm actually bullish on Bitcoin long term, whereas with altcoins, yeah, man, not so much, guys. And I know that that makes me kind of an outlier in the space, that I'm not altcoin bullish crazy, but this is what you get, guys. I'm not going to sit here and appeal to bag holders. I'm going to tell you what I honestly see as a trader. Because I'm not interested in shilling your bag, because I'm interested in making real profits consistently over time, and I'm coin agnostic. I don't care what it is. None of these altcoin projects thrill me. I'm not trying to change the world here, guys. I mean, I am, and that's why I'm in Bitcoin. But do I think Cardano is going to change the world more than Bitcoin? No. Now, okay, that's enough shitting on Cardano. Let's go down and look at the 4-hour chart. Look at regular Japanese candlesticks, and we'll look at volume profile and see if we can't get a trade here. See if we can't see something that looks worth a damn. So in the short term for Cardano, on the 4-hour chart, we have very low ATR. That typically means that we're going to see quite a movement, a fairly violent movement here. So we've got pretty significant resistance here. Here's our previous supply zone right here, as you can see. And our developing point of control lets us know that at one point that was our highest level of volume. So that's going to be right here. So that's going to be about 0.046 cents to 0.047 cents. So if we're able to get above that, we don't have a lot of resistance left. We've got maybe a little bit of resistance. Nope, not even really right there. You got a little bit of resistance right here. And your developing point of control confirms that as well. Okay. Got a little bit of resistance at 0.052995, so I'd be fairly comfortable with that breakout trade. Say if we're able to get above 0.047 cents, I'd be comfortable with that swing trade to 0.0529 cents because there's not a lot of volume in between there, and that would be you getting over your strongest support. Now, a couple ways to price into the breakout. You could maybe potentially look at buying now with a stop loss below your HVN here at about 3.7. So the R to R on that's not terrible, not terrible. Let's say you're pricing yourself in here and you're looking for that trade right there, and you're going to set your stop loss right about there. That's worth it to me, but that's about a 8% loss. I know a lot of altcoin traders can stomach that, so can I, but not really the trade that I'd like to take. What I'd prefer to take is this trade where we actually break out above, and then once price moves in my favor, I'm able to set my stop loss down here. A nice tight stop loss. And then if price moves again, I can just market enter. Again, all this stuff about not paying fees with limit orders, that's for take profits for me. For entering, I typically like to use, I always use market orders when I'm looking to enter into a breakout. When I'm looking to when I'm trading on BitMEX and I'm looking at taking a reversal trade, then that's different. Then I'm actually looking to use limit orders for my entrances and exits because I'm predicting a price movement in the future, and those are scalps. Those are scalps. It was good. It was good last year, and there's certain points. You got to look for the market cycles, man. The market moves in a cycle like a sine wave. So there's certain times when you want to stock your bags up, and price is going to skyrocket, and it's good to long term hold on to them. But they last for like 2 to 3 weeks. So you get confirmation after that first week, and I prefer to just take the nice trade after the first week when I get confirmation that we're actually going into a bullish trend, whether it's short term, mid term, or long term. And I'd rather pay that premium on the coin at that point than pay the price of trying to scrape the bottom on something that I think fundamentally is most likely going down. So yeah, in the short term, you've got areas that can hold here for Cardano, 0.038 cents and 0.035 cents. So those are areas that you're looking to hold as pretty damn strong support, honestly, at these levels. Right there, this baby. If that breaks, then you've got this area right here. But below that, man, danger zone below that. So yeah, the trade that I'd be looking to take is this baby right here. That baby right there. So that would be a breakout trade of about 47 cents to maybe 52 cents with a stop loss, because that would be a confirmed breakout of this previous supply area, which is fairly significant. You could kind of see the same thing here. So maybe if we get a 4-hour candle bar close above this point of control right here at about 0.043 cents, you could look to take that trade as well, because that's a resistance area as well. So you could look to take that one. You could look to take that one as well if you were so inclined. And you could look to take that trade like that. It's not as clean though, there's more resistance, but it's a potential trade. You look to take that trade as well. And again, you just set your stop loss below. And again, there's 3 ways to market price yourself in. You can buy when price is in consolidation and low ATR. That's going to yield you the highest profits. But the problem is setting a stop loss. So if you're taking that trade, again, you can set your stop loss at 40.72, or you can set your stop loss at 0.037, give or take. Or you can aggressively market by the breakout. Or the conservative approach is you wait for the breakout, wait for a pullback to test resistance turn support, and then enter there. The problem with that is sometimes that doesn't always happen and you can miss the movement. In my experience, the best way to do it is to, especially with altcoins, is to aggressively market by the breakout and then set your stop loss pretty tight and you're generally good to go. You either stop out or you get money. Either way. All right. Satoshi Nakamoto says, Bitcoin to the moon, sir. God damn right, man. All right, so that better save. I'm going to have to shift everything over to this. Yeah, so that didn't. Good. Okay. Let's take a look at the current free signal that I posted last week for the premium, or not for the premium subscribers. This was our free signal in the Discord last week, was Decentraland, Mana. Let's see. So let's actually go look at that. I want to just pull that up because we just hit a second target. So if we go to our channel free signals, let's see here. I think there's a way. Let me go to the editor because I was having problems doing this, but I think I can actually do it with a game capture. Let's see, add new source and capture a specific window. Done. But the problem is, I think I have to turn off hardware acceleration. Streamer mode. Yeah, I still got to figure this out, guys. I'm still not the Discord king yet. Oh, not the Streamlabs OBS king, so that's actually not letting me do it still. But yeah, our free signal of the week, just looking at Discord right here, it's, you know, I'm not You guys can just go look at this if you want. Boom. It's right here. I posted this last Thursday at 17 in the morning. Free signal for the last week of November. Mana BTC entry below 1420, 1410 to 1400 preferable. So let's go. This is the daily chart. So let's go look at the 28th of November. So right here, let's actually keep that honest. 28th of November at, what did I say, 7 in the morning? There we go. Right here, when price was about 1460, I said 1410, 1400. On the 60-minute chart, we pulled back to 1404, 1410. So this is where I signaled to enter. Retested that 55 period moving average. And then let's go back out to the daily chart. Now that I've shown you we're not being weird about our entry point here. Take profit target 1, 1494 sats. Bam. Take profit 2, 1566 sats. So that actually just hit today. Current price is 1558. So you're still good right there. Take profit 3, 1850. So we'll see if we get that hit right there. Most likely we get a little bit of rejection from this upper end of the trend line right here, but always got to throw a moon target in there. My justifications for the trade was Mana held the daily uptrend by closing above the 55 period moving average. Mana held the daily uptrend by retracing on low volume to the 0.618 Fibonacci extension. And Mana respected the ascending trend line, expecting movement back to test the descending trend line. Bullish volume spike. Bam. So yeah, guys, actually, bam, right there. My bad. Not bad. Not bad trade on Mana here. So currently that's about a 11.06 return for the free signal of the last week of November. So still haven't put one out for December yet. We'll be looking into that. So we said we were going to look at XRP long-term price predictions. Okay. For 2019. So, John, not to disagree with you, brother, but I posted that November, the last Thursday. Make sure I got my dates right. Yeah, last Thursday, the 29th. Okay, maybe I posted it on the 29th. My bad. The 29th? No, I posted it on the 29th. 29th at 7. Maybe it didn't pull back that low. Okay, my bad. I did post it at the 29th at 7, not the 28th at 7. Okay. So, yeah, it didn't pull back to 1410. Pulled back to about 1426. So, oh, no, it did. It pulled back right here, bro. So I made the call on the 29th. My bad. Sorry about that. I made the call on the 29th at 7 o'clock in the morning. And we would have missed the first rally. But then it did pull back right here on the 30th. To 1415, 1410, 1410 right here, down to 1406 right here. Bam, down to 1407 right there. So you would have got your entrance opportunity right here on the 30th. Just had to wait a day, my good friend. And then boom, we captured both targets. We captured that first target on day 1, and then we pulled back and were able to capture target 2 and target 3. John, how are you doing, man? Glad you're joining us this morning. Let's see here. Oh, XRP USDT. Hey, Justin, how did November trading results come out that we just closed out? Actually, we had a awesome month, dude. Let me pull it up for us here. Did you get that one? It's all good, John. You know how we do. We just go to the next one, man. Let me see. I want to make sure. Scott, did you get that one? Did you get it pretty for me? Sorry. Oh, yeah, you did. You did. Let me... shoot. Let me pull this up in the streamer, see if this will go. There we go. So yeah, I gotta post this in the trade results, but November Kraken Cryptocurrency November trading results. Week 1. There should be a total result here, but this is the bar chart for our trades for week 1. Week 2 was not the best week that we've ever had. Week 3 was absolutely great. Week 4 was fantastic. So week 1 total P&L 10.38% profit. Week 1, week 2 16.02% to the negative. So we actually lost money on week 2. Brought it back with week 3, 241% P&L on week 3, 190% P&L on week 4, for a total month closing out of 425.92% profit. Now, we don't expect you to be able to take every trade when you're in the premium group, but this is just indicative of the total P&L of results of all trades that we call and make. So you can see we had a ton of trades. Week 1 was kind of a slow week, only netted 10% profit there. Week 2, we got stopped out on a ton of alts, so it is what it is, lost 16. Week 3, we were able to catch the shorts on XBT multiple times, caught a massive 10x short on XRP Z18. Week 4, let's see, what are the outliers for week 4? Yeah, XBT shorts, XBT longs, XRP shorts, BCH SV call, Ethereum long on BitMEX, and QLC, where we caught 27%. That was a pretty nice trade. And Salt was pretty nice. So yeah, guys, pretty fantastic month for the month of November, and I'm looking forward to another great month for the month of December, guys. So I'll post this up in the trade results channel and the Discord, and you guys can check that out. Dun, dun, dun. I've only just set up notifications on the Discord. Bam, man, that'll keep you going. Click Flick says chance for BTC and 1K USD. Yep, there's a chance for that. Yep, there's a chance for that. Again, we got to look at, if we break down from our current support level right here, we break down from our current support levels of 36.76, and then our little kind of Hail Marys at 36.07 and 34.99. Again, we're not really looking at anything down to 3,200, 2,900, and then we'll take it from there. I mean, I got a guy that I quite respect as a chartist who's saying we're for sure going to 1.8K. I don't see the point in looking out like that. I mean, I've just looked at where the volume is likely to turn price around, but I don't think that technical analysis is going to be as accurate, and again, this is for somebody who's been doing it for 10 years. I don't think it's going to be that helpful for looking at price in a year when there's so much more the fundamentals are more important than technical analysis for looking at long-term projections of price. Technical analysis is absolutely fantastic for telling you where price is likely to go in the short term, and that's why we're short-term traders. That's what a trader is. Somebody who takes something that is of little value now and carries it into the future where it is of more value. XRP USDT long-term outlooks, guys. Pretty bullish on XRP, honestly, for the year of 2019. They're getting a lot of traction. The only negative thing is that if Bitcoin starts pumping, I'm expecting XRP to pump not so well. The reason why is because XRP and BTC are negatively correlated, meaning XRP's BTC price will go down. But if we look at XRP USDT's price, it's not negatively correlated in the same way. So it's quite possible, as we've seen, like people ask me, when will Ethereum decouple from Bitcoin? And my answer to that is when Ethereum starts getting any of the fundamental news coverage that BTC gets. But for Ripple's been decoupled from BTC price for quite a long time. They are negatively correlated, meaning when Bitcoin goes up, Ripple goes down. When Ripple goes up, Bitcoin tends to go down. And that correlation has played out quite well. Yeah, exactly, man. There'll be a load of bounces before we hit a low like 1300. So all I can tell you, so if I give you like a long-term price outlook, the only way I feel comfortable doing that is with something like a Fibonacci's. And actually, so let's look at the price on Bitfinex so we can get more market data. Although this isn't terribly unlike that. So it hurts to take this market data into account because this is irrational exuberance, and we're unlikely to see something like this again in that kind of time frame. But let's say the bottom's in on XRP USDT, long-term time frame. Well, you're looking at a common retracement of $1.77 or $2.13. I know everybody's calling for $5, $6, $7 Ripple. I don't know, man. I don't see the point in looking out that far in the future when nobody knows, man. If you want to be an investor and take a speculative bet on XRP USDT, that's you, man. That's you. That's not the way I play the game. I mean, in the short term, though, I mean, we'll just go over what I've been talking about, guys. Price from this recent pump, from the tether pump, retraced to 786, and we're finding support right here. Not a bad sign. So this is our support level right here on Heikin-Ashi on the daily chart on Bitfinex. And we'll see if we can get a turnaround here. We've got a uncompleted 9 count to the downside here on Bitfinex. We had our completed 13 count right here, so that means the 13 count has recycled. So could we go sideways and up and down a little bit to complete the countdown? Yep, absolutely. And on the daily chart, still underneath the 55 period moving average. We were very bullish when price was above the 55 period moving average, but it broke down. It broke down right here about 2 weeks ago. Actually, about a week ago, a little bit more than a week. And now we've entered in this period of consolidation where there's really not a lot of volume here. Really not a lot of volume, and the volume is trying to establish itself, and we're going to see if that holds or not. If we break down from this level, nothing really to catch us until 33 cents, but nothing that I'm actually looking to actually play out until, honestly, 28 cents. So I think if we break down from here, it's probably down to 28 cents, which is going to be back into our lower accumulation area. And then we'll just see what happens, but not the most terribly bullish thing right here. Again, we need to see some bullish volume right here. Again, falling volume and consolidation. This could have been breakdown volume, but this actually, this could have been breakdown volume, and this could have been oversold volume, but I'm more inclined to think that this is actually indicative of breakdown volume, so I don't know. Tentatively bullish on XRP if we can reverse from here, but honestly, it doesn't look fantastic. It doesn't really look good. Yeah, looking at Japanese candlesticks and getting a clear sight of what we're looking for. I mean, I'm pretty goddamn bearish below 35 cents. We've got a little bit of support at 32 cents. But yeah, then there's really no support till at 28 cents, guys. So moving to the upside, we'll see if we can break over. Our current resistance is right here. Here's our point of control at 46 cents. That's also fairly congruent with our 6.618 Fibonacci retracement. And that's going to be some strong resistance to get over, guys. Some pretty goddamn big resistance to get over. And we'll see if we can take it. So I'd be, I don't know. I'm tentatively bullish, so I can see a potential swing trade from here to here. Retest of the point of control. There's not a whole lot of resistance in between. You've got a couple pockets of resistance at 40 cents and 42 cents. But that still gives you good targets. Those are decent trades, especially if you're trading on something like BitMEX. Those are 14%. That's a 14% move. That's a 10% move, 14% move. Ultimately, the move you're looking for is about 23%. And you've got a good area here to set your stop loss, right down here below your HVN at about 35 cents. So that's pretty good R to R right there if you're looking at a Ripple trade. All right, guys. Well, if there's no requests, man, for the altcoins, guys, well, we've been doing this for about 2 hours, and it is a Sunday. So I woke up, gave some primo calls. I won't be super active today because this is the second day where I do have my kids, at least my older kids. This is my weekend for them. So We'll be back on every morning. If you guys are new to the channel, guys, make sure to smash that like button, hit that subscribe and the notification bell. Why? Because we're live every morning at 11 a.m. Central Standard Time, noon Eastern. Live every morning, guys. Live every morning to guide you through these crazy markets, guys. So, without further ado, guys, let's talk about the most important thing you can do today. Repeat after me. Go into your browser, open up a new tab, and type in Cracking. That's Cracking with a C, crypto with a gains, currency.com. CrackingCryptocurrency.com. It's going to bring you to one of the greatest websites on the interwebs. And the first thing you're going to do when you get here, you want to click this blue button. What's that going to do? It's going to bring you to our Discord, guys. It's going to bring you to our Discord. Curated news, free signals once a week, awesome community, technical analysis, live day trading, voice chat, everything you guys could want, bots. We do giveaways, promotions, all that kind of fun stuff, guys. So come over to the Discord, guys. If you guys want a community to help you out, navigate these choppy waters, we are here. If you guys like the stream, if you guys want to support us and keep us on the air, guys, head on over to the merch store. Scott did a fantastic job with this. Keep him from stop Scott from eating ramen. There's only 3 days left to get still free standard delivery. The Black Friday sale is over, but you can still get free delivery if you order within the next 3 days, man. We've got a lot of fantastic selections here, guys. And I just want to point it out, guys. Look at this is my favorite. I just ordered one of these. Hopefully it comes tomorrow. Mugs and drinkware. Bam, look at that beautiful motherfucker right there, dude. You guys know, look at that. Bam, that's the one I got right there. You guys know it's been scientifically proven that if you drink your morning coffee out of this, you will be 80% more attracted to the opposite. DA, thanks for the subscription on YouTube, man. Really appreciate it. Yeah, if you get the Cracking Crypto HODL mug, you will be 80% more attractive to the opposite sex. So a lot of cool selections there, man. Get something for your baby, man. Get something for your baby, dude. Bam. If your baby rocks around in this toddler shirt, he'll be more likely to walk earlier. Scientifically proven. If you guys are interested in improving your trading skills and follow along with our premium trading group, you will get access to the VIP chat room. You get access to the VIP live day trading voice chat room. You get access to all our trade setups, educational materials, once a week webinars, private sessions for our subscribers, and access to about 2 to 5 gigabytes of educational material that we're currently working on getting uploaded to the drive right now to our G Suite. So that should be done very, very, very soon. Okay, so the Black Friday sale is over. I did honor it yesterday. I want to thank the new subscribers for coming on. So back to the current prices. For $80 a month, you get access to all that. For $200 for 3 months, you get access to all that. And for the lifetime, we're going to throw in a shirt, man. We're going to throw in a shirt. You get the lifetime, you get a shirt. If you guys have any questions, as always, you can reach us at contact@crackingcryptocurrency.com or fill out this beautiful form. It comes right to us. As always, leave all thoughts, questions, comments, concerns, sarcastic remarks, and death threats in the comment section down below. And if you haven't, make sure to hit that subscribe button or the follow button on Twitch. We highly appreciate it. Double check the chat real quick. V Sky, what's going on, man? Back from Costa Rica from the holidays. Hope you've been good. We've been great, man. We've been here killing these markets, dude. Brandon Murray says, I have a theory that Satoshi Nakamoto was a student of Hal Philly and CIT. He was a young guy already rich and waiting regulation and adoption to spend his Bitcoins around. Yeah, man. Satoshi Nakamoto speculations about the funnest thing that we can do, man. But I think that is Hal Finney is often thought to be the most likely person to be Satoshi Nakamoto, or definitely one of his students, guys. So thank you guys for joining me for the stream. As always, Sunday, December the 2nd. We made it, guys. We're in December, guys. Merry Christmas coming up soon. As always, we're going to be having a Christmas special on our trading services. So look forward to that, guys. But we'd love to see you in the Discord one way or another, guys. Thanks for coming here every morning at 11 a.m. You guys be fantastic. From Team Cracking Cryptocurrency, I've been Justin Wise. You guys have a fantastic day and trade safe, guys. Peace out.